This is another episode of Garage Sale Safari. Today we're in masks because the air quality, we can't even see a half a mile today because of the smoke, and it just made more sense. Anyhow, and we wouldn't be coughing as much. Anyhow, we're going to talk today about some of the Western collectibles, and right now we'll talk about saddles, because saddles are I happen to get a couple. They're very saleable and very collectible. Anything Western and old is pretty good usually. This one is probably from like the 50s, it looks like. Nice old saddle. It's seen a lot of use. It was only 25 bucks. I'll hit it with some brown boot polish. That'll get all this. It's got really nice carving in the carved in designs going all throughout, even down through the fenders and stuff like that. It's a really well made old one, and it has first of all, I'll show you how to measure them. You take it like this from the top of the back of the front seat of the seat here to here, so it's about a 15-inch saddle, and that's what they measure it by. You also want to measure through here between the two rosettes up front on the inside, and that area is about 7 inches. People want to know that also. This one happens to have real sheepskin fleece. The newer ones and ones that have had it replaced are often just synthetic sheepskin. And I don't know if you can tell, but the tree is, as I believe on this one, the tree is, let's see if you can see it, it's right up in here. And I don't know if you can see it or not from here. Yeah, you can start to see it a bit. That white leather in here, and that is rawhide, so it's a rawhide tree. A lot of the newer ones are just fiberglass. On a saddle, you want to check, obviously, if it's just decorative, it's going to make a lot of difference if it's cheap. You want to check and make sure that the tree hasn't been broken. If it has, this will be loose in here, and the saddle will probably have little or no value other than decorative because it'll be too expensive to repair it. And how they often get broken is if a horse rolls on them. That's really about the only way I could think of. They're pretty, saddles are meant to be sturdy. So that's the first one. It was 25 bucks. I'll put some brown boot polish on it. Probably get about 100 for it, and it'll be cute and decorative. But somebody could also use it to ride with. The next one is a real nice saddle. It's made in Utah. It's also a 15-inch saddle, and it has a lot of nice tooling work. I believe this is called basket weaving. The work on it. It's in good condition. It's got real silver conchos like here and on the top here. I don't know if you get to see that or not. On the stirrup here is a real silver concho, and then up here also, I don't know if you can see it or not, but on that silver. And that's a real nicer. It's got tells who made it and where it was made right here. And it too has a rawhide tree. It's a nice saddle. It's a bit dusty, but it's nice, and it was, I believe, $100. It was $100 on this. I'd be really stunned if we don't get at least $250. It'll depend on how good the maker was, although I haven't had a chance to check on that yet. It could be a lot more if it's a real good and popular maker. Again, the tree's still sturdy, so that doesn't need any repair. It's ready to ride. It's a 15-inch saddle, and it measures 7.5 between the rosettes. What you want to watch for on these is through here. The older saddles were made for the old style horses, and they're too narrow for the wider, more muscular horses now. So then they become just a decorative item, basically. But what's really popular right now is they're going back to the old school antique saddles that were made for riding. Like this is probably like more of a roping style saddle, and it's got the low back, and they're not real comfortable for long riding. Whereas the old school saddles, the 1890s, sort of like 1930s, 1940s, and the earlier, they have a real high back up here, and they're called high backs, and they support you in the saddle, so they're much more comfortable for hours of riding. So, and they're super, like, although they're decorative, they're also super collectible right now because people are using them to ride again. But anything old and western, spurs are amazing right now. Good bits, anything like that, super collectible. You can't go wrong with old western stuff.
To finish up, we can actually breathe inside. We've got the AC on, and it seems to be going through a filter.
So that being said, we can breathe and not cough. What I wanted to talk about also was a couple things I got. I got these a couple days ago, the Snoopy collectibles from an estate that had, somebody collected a lot of Snoopy pieces. Snoopy is really the only one of the Peanuts that's super collectible, and it's really it's a kind of a Japanese phenomenon. They just love Snoopy. They love Snoopy t-shirts, especially Snoopy apparel. This is a nice cool old one, probably from the 70s, I'd guess. Really fun, and it's a good size, and this will probably go to Japan and probably get 20-25 bucks for it, and it was, I think it was 50 cents. Really cheap, but you know, they can go really well. Like I've seen them go $75, $100. I had a Snoopy sweatshirt last year that went for 175 bucks, and really cool, but it went for 175 bucks. And then we also got the Snoopy lunchbox. I'm going to probably sell all these little figures, the Snoopy figures and the Snoopy lunchbox. It has its original thermos in there too, you know, and I'm going to probably be able to sell those for about the whole collection for probably a good $35, $45. I got the whole collection for $5, and there's it may be more depending on how popular they are with Japanese. These are older pieces. Is Lucy? She's not of much value. It's really about Snoopy. Anything old and Snoopy is good, and these are old. Like this is when we landed on the moon, and moon astronaut Snoopy. So what is that, 1969, I think, somewhere in that range, when we supposedly landed on the moon. And then here is also even a Snoopy pencil, vintage one, Snoopy pen, and also a Charlie Brown button. I'll throw them in with the Snoopy stuff, but it's really the Snoopy things they're going to be after, not Charlie Brown or Lucy. And then the next thing, I love Ninja Turtles, personally. I just absolutely love them. And then when my son was younger, when Pace was younger, he liked Ninja Turtles, and we'd have all the videos, and he'd watch them, and they're just, especially the old stuff, I just think is hilarious and fun. And so these are old, for about 1990, roller skates, Ninja Turtles. They're in great condition. The box is even in really good condition. As you can see, I paid $3 a bit to get that sticker off before it injures the box at all. And they're in the original box. And beyond that, I think it just looks cool even as a decorative item, the box. And everybody loves Ninja Turtles. And then I also have, the skates are probably just worn a few times at most. Really cool, in amazing condition. And, you know, they're 20 some odd years old, but Ninja Turtles are so popular. I remember when Pace was really young, and he would go as Ninja Turtle for Halloween, and we would go through a college town, and this is, you know, 10 years ago, and all the college kids go, a Ninja Turtle, give him extra because he's a Ninja Turtle. And he'd actually get extra candy because everybody loves Ninja Turtles. So anyhow, I got that for $3. It's got to go for at least $25 to $35 online. We'll probably put it online to see what happens, just so we can show what happens, but honestly, I would prefer to keep it because it's just so cool and looks so decorative on a shelf and just awesome. And that is our episode of Garage Sale Safari today. I'm not sorry it's not longer, but we're having serious natural disaster issues. Thank you. Have a good day.